Hey, you guys. I was going to do that, well, I tried doing this video yesterday. But I am bringing Witchy Thing Weekly back. I know it's been gone for a couple of weeks. I've been super busy, and as you can tell, I'm all run down and I got a cold. And I'm finally getting over it. So I sound ridiculous, so I'm sorry. But I was going to post this video on my blog channel, video blogs, but decided that this would be a really good one to post as a Witchy Thing Weekly, and kind of work with the year in a day, because it has to do with elements. And for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing a Witchy Thing Weekly on each individual element as we go through them for the year in a day program. So, kind of like, it's exactly like what Tiptoe Chick did last year when she did the lessons for YouTube, doing the same thing for the year and a day, but I'm going to tell you guys each element, what its attributes and properties are for me, how I see it, that type of thing, because I know that the way that I think is different from the way that a lot of people think. That's the nice thing about elements, is that there's so many different possibilities for the attributes and the properties that they can have. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. So, so this first week is going to be on Earth. For me, the color of Earth is green. And I think that stands true for most people. The direction for me, though, is east. It is not in the north, as most books have said. When it comes to the elements, and I'll explain each of them as I get to them, but air is in the north, earth is in the east, fire's in the south, and water's in the west. Because when I look at over the horizon, and when I'm looking across the plains, I either see land or sea, earth or water. And I also kind of liked having the letters match up, earth and east, west and water. And I wanted to have them on the, horizontal plane, and have air and fire on the vertical. So Earth to me is in the east. It is a feminine element, and when I say feminine, I mean that because to me, Earth is also Mother Earth, and a mother to me is feminine. For some people, motherly may be masculine because it may be your dad. So that could change. Kevin and I were talking about the elements, and I guess I'll move you so you can see my face. There we go. And he thinks that Earth is masculine. So, there's a lot of different reasons for it, but I personally think that, for me, Earth is feminine, because when you think of how Earth nurtures, okay, so you plant a seed. It will nurture that seed and take care of that seed and give that seed everything that it needs for it to grow big and strong. And then once it is a full adult plant, it will continue to support that plant until it withers and dies. And I feel like that's exactly what a mother does. It's your backbone, it's your support system, it's very sturdy. My mother is my rock. So that is, that's why Earth is feminine to me. What else was there? Feminine, green. Oh, the vibrations. So I feel that Earth is very low vibrational, and it is the slowest of the elements. And I can get a little scientific here when I'm going into my reasoning. Part of it is because when you think of science, and you go back to molecular movement, solids have the least amount of movement when it comes to their molecules. Then the next one up is water, then air, and when you heat air up, it goes even faster, which is fire. So Earth is the slowest, fire is the fastest, air and water are in between. And also just because Earth is so sturdy, it is that rock, it shouldn't be fast and abrupt and crazy all over the place. It should be very slow, very steady. One of the things that we had to talk about was, with that particular element, in this case Earth, what kind of spells, when you're talking about the speed, how does that pertain to your spells? So, for example, when I am going to do a spell, if I decide to do it with earth, so if I take parchment paper and I bury it, or if I take a seed and, I put my intentions in the seed and I plant it, and as the plant grows, then it's slow because earth, it doesn't like if you were to do a fire spell, it will happen very quickly, very abruptly. It'll be in your life, you'll get what you need out of your life, done. Earth, however, may take a long time for it to manifest, but the results that you get will come into your life in a very subtle way, but will linger, will actually stay in your life and continue to help your life for a longer time. So if you're going to do a money spell, and you decide to do it with earth, you may not see any change for 6 months, and then you may get that promotion you've been looking at, or that job that you applied for, and you make more money. So, it may take a while, but it'll be subtle, and then the effects will be long lasting. You go to work every day, or almost every day, and because you make more money, it's helping you throughout your whole life. Or until you get rid of that job. Whereas, like fire, you light a candle, you do your spell that way. Maybe your uncle dies, like a week later, or 2 days later, and he gives you, he leaves you in his will. Or a less morbid example, somebody owes you money, and, a couple of years ago, and the check turns up in the mail the next day that you weren't expecting. So Earth is very slow in that manner. I have my Book of Shadows here, so I'll show you my entry on Earth. This is my Earth page. We've got up top the gender, the color, direction, speed, examples, so like dirt, soil, sand, plants, trees, bark, wood, stones, that type of thing. Other attributes, and then my description of it down below. So, that is my Witchy Thing Weekly on Earth. I would be very, very interested to get some video responses so that I love hearing how other people explain things, especially when they're different from myself, or if you agree with me. But I love learning from other people, so I would love to know what you guys feel of Earth, what Earth is to you, what kind of properties it has for you. And next week will be air, because that's what we're going over this week. So I will see you guys later. Blessed be.